friends, 2 time zones, and a shared love of stories.
I'm Freya.
And I'm Jamie.
Bridging time zones 1 chapter at a time.
Welcome to Once Upon a Time Zone. Hi everyone, welcome back to Once Upon a Time Zone. Welcome to our mid-year reading check-in. It's time for all the mid-year content. I feel like we've already been doing some of it. I've lost track because, again, I'm so sorry you guys. This is another one of our pre-recorded episodes. This is our last pre-recorded episode. Next week, Freya will be back. Freya will have had her Euro adventure and she's going to be glowing and we're going to have so much to catch up on. But right now, as we're filming this, it's June 22nd. So we're very much living in the past right now, but that's okay.
Almost a month in the past.
Yeah, it's okay. We're doing the best we can to, obviously not miss a week of episodes because we obviously love having you guys here every single week, every single Friday. It'd be so sad to miss a Friday.
Literally, we're not going to deprive you guys of content.
Yeah, just because Freya's going on vacation doesn't mean we don't do podcast episodes. Whatever. Anyways, so we're going to be doing a little mid-year check-in. We're going to be going over our reading goals that we set in our podcast episode at the beginning of this year, see how we're doing with all those goals. We're going to do a little bit of a mid-year tag kind of a thing. We're going to talk about some of our book club reads. A lot to talk about. A lot of mid-year stuff to do. So first things first, let's just get straight into current reads. I mean, they're not going to be so current by the time this episode comes out. But again, bear with us. This is our last episode where we're living in the past.
Yeah.
Freya, what's your current read on June 22nd?
So I'm actually cutting a fine line this month. I'm reading our book club pick, which is This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me.
Ooh.
Because I had mentioned to Jamie, this book has been impossible to find in Australia. I have been searching for literally 2 months now. And then my friend works in a bookstore and I was like, I ordered it in through her, but I was trying to find it anyway because she was like, oh, it's not going to reprint until end of May. And I was like, oh, you know what? That's fine. I'll still get it in June. Yeah. Never came in. And then I was like, I need your expertise. And she went into the backlog of all bookstores where she can order it to her. Nobody has it in stock. It's just gone completely out of print. And I think they're reprinting it in Australia. So I don't know why, but it's been hard. So I just I got it on my Kindle. I was like, whatever. This is it's too late now. And I will finish it today, I think. So that's good. But I'm actually having so much fun with it. If you guys don't know what this book is about, it's basically about a protagonist who falls into one of her favorite fantasy worlds, a world that she's super familiar with, that she reread heaps as a teenager. I just think that's so fun. It's giving me giddy feelings. I think this is just something we all dreamed of. Well, I don't know that I would dream of it now. I'm I don't know that I'd survive that. But when I was younger and reading it, especially I don't know, early teens, I would have loved for this to happen. And it kind of feels like that. And I like her as a protagonist as well. I was worried that she was going to annoy me, but she's very much just a girl who's fallen into her book. And she's just I know everything that's happened because I've reread this book so many times. But I guess the catch is that it's a trilogy that was never completed. So the third book never came out. So she only knows so much. It's just reminding me of Name of the Wind. If I fell into Name of the Wind.
Oh,
because the third book never came out as well.
Fair.
So that's what it's just reminding me of. I was like, I could tell you up to this point what happens.
But that's so funny.
Yeah, I'm really liking it so far. It's a really fun, just a fun book. I haven't read a fun fantasy like that in a while.
Yeah.
It just, it's so much fun. But that's my current read.
It does require a little bit of brain on because there is a lot of information in it. But I think it fit the book. And we'll get more into this in book club, which will have already happened by the time this episode goes out. But it the info dumps fit the book because you are following a protagonist who is so obsessed with this book and this fantasy world. And she does know that much. And she is using her information that she has to her advantage. And it just makes sense. You do have to kind of have capacity to remember things, but it is fun. If you're a fantasy lover, a true fantasy lover, I feel like this is a great book.
And I feel like the writing makes it a little bit easier to deal with all the info dumping as well. Like it's a very digestible kind of writing. And I feel like if it was like, say, Sarah A. Parker kind of writing, I don't know that I would be having the same experience.
No. Too much.
So I'm glad about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
what are you currently reading? I have no idea, actually.
I'm reading, okay, yeah, in the past, again, reminder, in the past, but I'm reading The Dark Mirror by Samantha Shannon. So this is book 5 in the Bone Season series, and I've been putting this book off for so long. For like, there's something about this series that it's like I enjoy the books. I loved the Bone Season, and then all the other books I enjoyed them, but for some reason I just never felt the itch to pick up the next one. I was never like, ooh, I need to continue. So I have been reading this series for so long, like way too long. And I think like I don't even know how long it's been, honestly. Like I don't remember when I read The Bone Season, but it's been too long. And I think it has kind of affected my overall experience with the series because it's just like I lose the emotional connection. When I jump back in, it's like it's been so long. Where am I? What happened in the last book? That kind of thing. But I will say this 5th book, so good. Like so good. I think it's pulling me back in because for the longest time I was like, after books 3 and 4, I think I was like, oh, I'm kind of feeling like I'm in a lull. I'll try book 5, but at this point, like no promises if I'll continue the series after this. But now reading this, I'm like, wait, I'm getting pulled back in. I'm getting convinced to get pulled back in. Yeah, which I feel like doesn't happen very often when you start falling kind of out of a series. It's hard to get attached again, but there are just certain things about this one that are so hard to talk about because it's the 5th book in a series. But also, if anyone has not heard the synopsis of this series, that, you know, hasn't heard me say it 1,000 times while I've been reading the other books in the series, we're basically set in a near future. It's like 2050. And in the first book, we're set in London. And in our world, we have clairvoyance. So there are people who have these mind powers. So you can't, like, some people can see ghosts. Like, some people are mediums. Some people can, like, kind of read fortunes. I don't know, stuff like that. But the government doesn't want them because they're seen as a threat. So the government's trying to get rid of all of them. So all the clairvoyants have formed this kind of underground crime syndicate where they all function and help support each other, help each other stay hidden. And Paige, our main character, is a clairvoyant, obviously. So in the first book, she gets caught, thrown in prison, and while she's in prison, just starts seeing all of these things that, you know, the government has been hiding from everyone. That's a lot more terrible than anyone even expected. So that's the first book, and then we go on a whole thing from there. But the scale that this series has expanded to in this 5th book is insane. Like it's like I don't know how much I can say, but like it's now a global crisis. That's all I'll say. Like we've gone worldwide, and I think that's what has pulled me out of it because I was getting like kind of location fatigue, kind of tired of seeing the same thing over again. But the second we expanded, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like now we have all these other players in the game. Now we have like other countries involved, and it's so cool. There's also one of my favorite tropes in this book, which I can't say, but if you know me, you probably know what it is.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have my guesses.
Yeah, like I'm not going to say who it affects. I'm not going to say why or, you know, where or whatever, but it's in here. And that's probably what pulled me in. It's also like, it's feeling very heisty, like undercover spy, covert mission. It's just so good. And the pacing is like perfect in this one. Absolutely perfect, which really helps.
I think it can be really hard though to like keep the motivation going for a 5-book series. Like, you know, for a series that's so long, I feel like as soon as it's past 3 books, even if they're big, thick books, which this series is, like they're all thick books, that does make it like quite hard to be continuously like really interested in what's going on. And I feel like, like especially with the pacing, you can kind of get too used to the pacing. So then it starts to feel like slow, I think. So I'm not even surprised. Like I was just trying to think then of like other series that we're reading that are past 4 books, like apart from the Stormlight Archive, obviously.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember the last time I've read a series that's like really long like that. I was like,
I mean,
everything's just like trilogies these days or quartets.
Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I mean,
I
I
mean,
stopped
yeah.
at that fifth book. I'm gonna keep going
Oh,
after.
you
So, the Bone season. I'm on book 5. Book 6 is coming out either end of this year or next year, and I think it's gonna be 7
okay?
books in total for this series. Yeah.
That's a big series.
It is a big series. I will say, though, about the lengths of these books, Samantha Shannon has nailed this series down to where the books actually, I think all of them are the perfect length for what they need to be, which is
Okay.
really cool. Like the third book is tiny. Like the first book is kind of a normal size, second book is kind of normal, and you see the third book and you're like, why is this one so small? But
Yeah.
it fits the story. And then the fourth book, it's a little bit longer, and the fifth book, it's a little bit longer, but it's not like one of
Yep.
those series that just continuously gets longer and longer as it goes on. It's like, well, the third book
Yep.
just needed to be a short book. And so she kept it that way. And that's kind of what I like.
Okay.
I respect that,
Yeah.
about her. So that's
A
also
hundred
great.
percent. Like, I'm glad she didn't drag it on for no reason.
Yeah,
That's never
no,
fun.
no, literally. Yeah. So yeah, she's nailed the pacing of these ones. But that's my current read. I thought before we get into the mid-year wrap up, we could just do a little like, what are you looking forward to, Freya, for your Euro trip? Because again, yeah, this is our last episode in the past before we're gonna jump back to the present
Yeah.
next week, and then we'll have Freya recap her entire trip for us. But right now, before you leave, what are you excited about? Like,
Oh my gosh.
tell us.
So much. So I feel like I've told you a million times, but like obviously for you guys, I'm going to London, Dublin, Amsterdam, and Paris, which I've never been. I have done
Yay!
Europe before, but when I was younger for like an exchange program thing, and it was very much like Croatia and stuff. So never been to the top of Europe, or the UK. So I'm very excited about that. Honestly, there's so much. I feel like London is just such a bookish city in my mind. I think it goes back to like
Yeah.
obviously reading Harry Potter, and that was the first series that like got us into reading, and it was set in London. So like, I feel like there's that emotional connection there. And then I just feel like, you've got Cassandra Clare that's set in London and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like all of the books I was reading when I was younger was set in London, I swear.
Yeah.
And so I was always like, need to go there. So
Yes.
I'm so excited to be finally going there. I'm also excited that we're going there in summer. So it won't be, which I don't know if you're getting the heat wave at the moment, but I've been keeping an eye on their weather, and you guys, they were like in like the top 30s. And I was like, that's odd for
Oh.
London.
Yeah, we're not quite there. Not over
Okay.
here in Canada.
It might come to you. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Who knows how the world works?
Yeah, literally. But I've got so much. Like, I'm so excited to go to Paris and go to all the museums in Paris because my art nerd's going to come out of me. I get to see the
Yes,
water
yeah.
lilies. We're also going to Monet's garden, which is a big thing for me because he is my favorite artist ever. And like to be able to see what
that, yeah.
inspired, and like just how he literally curated this garden so he could paint it from like a million different angles and just always have
So
something
cool.
to paint. And I'm like,
Why not?
love that
Yeah.
for you.
Love that.
So much, so much. The Notting Hill bookstore. I'm so excited to go to Notting Hill.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
So-
There's a lot.
How much space are you leaving in your luggage for book shopping?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I did buy, because I had to buy a new suitcase because I haven't gone on like
Okay.
a long trip for a while. I did buy the biggest size I could. I did buy the big suitcase, and look, it's summer over there, so I don't imagine that I'm gonna, I'm not gonna be bringing
True.
like heaps of
Yeah.
jumpers and stuff. So I do think I've got some room. I think I've got some
Yeah.
room, and then I'm also like traveling with my partner, so worst
He's got
case
space.
scenario. Yeah, I'm really excited to go to a Waterstones as well. I like,
Yeah.
it's just going to be like, I watch all my UK booktubers
Yeah.
and I see them go to all these stores and I'm going to be like, yes, finally. That then Barnes & Noble one time. Two goals.
Yeah. Gotta experience those big bookstores like once in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go to all the indie ones to balance it out.
Oh yeah, of course. There's like this whole book street in London that we're going to go to that I will say, because I've been pre-filming so much, I haven't had a lot of time to like actually sit down and plan. So I have my little personal travel agent, which is my boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm like,
And I've
wait,
just gone,
who?
yeah, no. He has like this whole, he's very organized. So he's got like this whole spreadsheet of what we're doing. And I literally
love
just go,
it.
can we go here? Can we go here? Can we go here? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'll fit it in. And I'm like,
Fits it in.
great, thanks. So I do feel
Perfect.
very privileged that I've had that happen. Because like people are like, oh, so how's the planning been going? And I was like, genuinely great for me.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll go where he wants. We're going where I want. So I'm happy.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so I'm lots to be excited for. I can't wait to do a little wrap up next week. I guess it will be next week, but in like
Yeah.
4 weeks
In like
for me.
in like a long time from now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you.
I know, right? We were literally saying this. We're like, we've been gone from talking like 2-3 times a week to it'll be like, it's fine though. You will be
We're
getting
going
lots
3
of like
weeks. 3 weeks of separation. I don't know
it's
how
like,
we're
where
gonna
do we
deal
have
with
our
it.
little yeah, where's our rants, our weekly rants to each other?
I know. No one's gonna understand me if I try and rant to someone
Right.
else.
It's like you try to tell them about this book release and they just don't get it.
No one understands. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot to catch up on next episode.
We'll keep
so
I'll keep a
look
little
forward to
Notion note.
that. We're gonna have to pile all of our notes and reminders of like things we need to talk to each other about. That's so much fun
Yeah.
though. Can't wait to hear
Yeah,
about
I'm so excited.
the entire trip.
And I'm just excited for the warmth. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Heat.
Find the sun. Okay.
Yeah, chasing the sun.
Literally. Let's get into our reflection on our 2026 reading goals, seeing what we've said in that first episode of the year and how we're doing. In true Jamie fashion, I will say I have basically done everything that I wanted to do. So, my first thing I said I wanted to do was catch up on the Red Rising series. Yep, been there, done that, waiting for Red God. The second thing I said I wanted to do was reread the entire Lord of the Rings series, which, yep, did that. And then the third thing I wanted to do was read more literary and contemporary fiction, which I kind of specified Book of the Month Rex and The Bright Years, which did all of that. Then I also read another Sarah Damoff book just to be an overachiever. So, I did everything. Maybe I need to set more goals for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I was like, these you need a little bit of a challenge.
I know. Maybe I was too easy on myself. But I mean, like, there were some good junky series in there. And I don't know, I did them.
The reread of Lord of the Rings, I love that happened literally like a week after we filmed.
No, literally.
That was so funny.
But that's how I am. It's like I set goals and I can't breathe until I've done them. So if I say a goal and I put it out there, I'm gonna do it immediately.
I will say as soon as you like tell somebody else about that goal, it's like you have to like live up to that goal. If it's just in your head and it's just like a you goal, a personal kind of thing, that's like a different story. But if you tell someone,
yeah, gotta do it. Okay, well,
That's
how did
hilarious.
you do with yours though?
Okay, mine were like honestly kind of chill, so I feel like I did well. Read for 30 minutes to an hour in the mornings. Honestly, been doing it most mornings. An hour is rare, but I'd say at least like 20-30 minutes, maybe apart from like podcast filming mornings. So yeah, it's an early morning. So I feel like that's been doing pretty good. And I think that's also helped me read more. Finished the Stormlight Archive. Obviously, I have made progress. Read a novella, read 3 books in that. Oathbringer, Dawnshard, and Rhythm of War. Okay, progress. That's good.
Yeah.
Just got one more to go.
One more
which
chunker.
I'm really excited to get into it, but I'm just like figuring out in my brain when that's going to fit in. But anyway.
Yeah, maybe not in
We
Europe.
have to, my goal is before September, before all those book releases, because absolutely, that's going to be a month in itself. So we'll see.
Yep.
And then the other one was putting books down when I'm not in the mood and coming back to them later. I'm not going to lie, I haven't done this. I can't. I really can't. I can't put a book down when I'm in the middle of it. I'm just like, it haunts me.
Did you not do it to a book? I swear you did it to a book.
There's been one book. Oh, I might. No, It's coming back to me. What did I do it for?
Was it Us Against
I
You?
definitely-
Or The Winners? No.
I did that last year. I think that was my example last year because I did that
Okay.
at the end of last year. I started it and I was like, this is too heavy. I can usually do it if it's like an emotional book, but like if it's a book that I'm just not enjoying, I'm like, I've got to push through. I've got to just finish it. And then I will say I've been doing it like sometimes I'll be reading 2 books at once. If I'm not really enjoying one, I'll pick up another one and then I'll finish that and then go back and finish the other one. So I guess that kind of.
I feel like that fits. I feel like that makes because you are technically putting that one down and picking up another one instead that you're more in the mood for. So I think that fits.
Like I love the idea of like because I feel like when you get 50% through a book, you kind of know whether you're going to be like really enjoying it or just enjoying it or it's just not for you. But yeah, there are some books I probably should have just put down that just weren't for me. But
any names?
Cannot DNF. Yeah. Well, I don't want to – I hate slandering books. I hate it. No, I'm just thinking of like obviously like Dungeon Crawler Carl I probably could have put down, but obviously that was a book club book, so I wasn't going to do that. Yeah. There was a book called Neverthorn I read that just did not get any better from like 30% in. It was just boring. There's just books like that I feel like you can kind of catch the vibe pretty quickly on what like just the overall atmosphere of it, I guess, the overall mood. But yeah, so I guess I've done pretty good so far.
I think so. And then out of your numerical reading goal, how are you doing with that?
Better than I thought. So my goal, as a reminder, is 80, and I've read 53 so far.
Yay! Wow. So you only have like math 27 left?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm like, oh, if I make it to 100, I'll be happy. But yeah, I usually bypass that goal anyway. But I remember this time last year, I wasn't. I think I reached 50 in like end of July, mid-July maybe. So I'm a little bit ahead, which is nice.
And you've been reading big ones too, like the Stormlight books. And now with Red Rising,
they're not
those ones are pretty intensive. So pretty impressive.
They're not little novellas, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How's our overachiever going?
How am I doing?
First of all, how many books have you read this month? Because last time we talked to Jamie was like, Freya, I need to stop reading. I'm reading too many books this month.
So the grand total for June is going to be 17.
We have a new record.
It's so funny because in May I was like, oh my goodness, I read 15 books. This is wild. Like this is way more than I normally do. 17.
The craziest thing is though, you didn't even try. It's not like you were like, I'm going to have my best, like my highest, I should say, reading month of the year. Yeah. I'm going to not stop reading all month. Like this is completely unintentional.
I've been purposefully slowing down I've been purposefully like in the evenings being like, I don't want to read this evening. I mean, like I do, but I don't because then I'm going to have too many books at the end of the month to wrap up. So I'm like, I don't want to read anymore. So like, can we play Baldur's Gate for like 4 hours?
I do you find it hard though to not, because like you read every evening, right? That's just like routine. So like when you don't read in the evenings, like if I don't have a book to read, if I've just finished one and then I'm like, oh, I don't know, like I was going to save this book for later, but I guess I'll pick it up now. And then I feel like odd if I don't. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. Especially if you're alone. If you're alone, then what do you do? Actually,
I just stare at a wall. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, literally. I'll like try and put TV on and then I'll be like, I'm bored.
Literally, like, it's like, what do you even watch? It's like Gilmore Girls for the 60th time. Pretty much.
I only have the series that I'm watching with Austin. Like, I don't watch anything by myself.
Then you can't watch that one or else then you're cheating and you can't do that.
Literally.
Oh, it's so hard to be alone.
Okay. So grand total so far, what have we got?
Grand total so far is 84 books, and my goal is 100. So we're almost there.
I mean, we knew you were going to bypass that. I just don't think I was expecting so soon. I was kind of expecting like October-ish, you know?
Yeah, I think it was like September I hit it last year because
Okay.
Catabasis last year was my 100th book,
Oh,
which was
yeah.
like iconic because it was a book I was waiting so long to read.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's gonna happen like, yeah, either next month or
Yeah,
August.
literally. I reckon
So
I think next month.
what should I
Like
read for my 100th
16?
book?
Ooh.
I like to make it like, a
I feel
cool
like
one.
you could do a classic. You've been avoiding classics for a long time now. You
Is
could
it
do
Monte
like,
Cristo time?
well, maybe not that one. That's a bit intense. I was more thinking like, what was the one? Was it Jane Eyre you wanted to read? Was it that
Oh,
one or
for
was
my
it?
color quiz?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was for my color quiz. Jane Eyre.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it
I
was,
also
yeah.
have
And that was the one you got in like the little package, wasn't it? When you got like a blind
no.
date with a
I
book. Oh,
have Sense and Sensibility. That's
Jane
the one I
Austen.
have.
That's
Yeah,
what
Jane
I got.
Austen. Yeah, not Jane Eyre.
Yeah.
Other Jane.
So many Janes.
Too many
You could read a
Janes.
classic. That would be a bit of change of pace, bit of a challenge. It might slow you down.
It could. Maybe I should do Monte Cristo.
I mean, look, if you do it as your 100th book, that means you will have already read 13 books. I'm sorry. Oh my God, 13? No, I was looking at the 4. You need to read 16 books.
16
You will have already
books.
read 15 books for that month. So that's
Oh.
plenty.
So maybe I'll do
And then you could
15
read,
books in July, and then I'll do
and then,
Monte Cristo as my first book in August.
yeah, there we go.
We
Reading
have it all
plan.
planned out. Okay, I'm not putting that in stone. Okay, guys,
No,
don't hold me to
it's up in
that's
the
not an
air. It's up in
official
the air.
goal.
No, fair enough. The
It's
other
if I
one you could
feel
do
up to
is,
it.
what's that Stephen King one?
Oh, 11,
18,
63.
11, yeah, that one.
18. What number are we?
I don't know. Yeah, I was like, numbers, there's a 1 in there.
Close enough. Yeah, that would be a pretty epic 100th book too. Okay,
You got some
everyone,
options.
comments.
Take your
Let me
votes.
know. What should I pick
Yeah,
up
you've
as my
got
100th
time.
book?
This
I have
video comes
time.
out with time as well. Like you can take their comments into consideration, right?
Oh, yeah, true, because this episode's coming out in a month from now, but there's still time
Yeah,
in a month from now. Okay, sure. Fun.
take your votes. And
Okay.
keep an eye on her Fable to see what she's already read.
Yeah. Keep an eye out. Okay, so let's do Fable stats because that's what we did at end of the year wrap up. We'll just go through a few of these. I don't think we need to go through everything.
Oh, I swear they just keep coming out with more, to be honest. I was
They
scrolling through here the other day and I was like,
There's so
there's even more now.
much. We love Fable and all of the cute stats. But reader summary is always the most fun one for me. So my reader summary right now says, Risk taker, your bookshelf is peppered with themes of love, danger, and a bit of royalty. They say there's no reward without risk, so your daring reads should bring you a bounty of thrills and intrigue. That kind of sounds like
Okay.
my yellow color description that
It
I got
does.
last time.
Yeah. It does. We're getting a good insight into you. These are pretty accurate, I'd say.
What's yours?
Mine is Emotion Seeker, but it says reading stories of fantastical history and modern hardship. Your books stir deep emotions. Every new tale has the potential to inspire change.
Ooh.
Is that because I just read Golden Sun?
Probably. It's probably a mix of the Stormlight and Golden Sun.
Yeah,
it
and I've got
feels
like a
like
Kristen
that.
Hanna there. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, what's your average rating so far?
My average rating is a 4 stars. That's gone up a lot. Before it was
Wow.
like the other week when I was checking, it was like a 3.25 or something, and I was like, oh. Maybe that was a while ago when I was checking, but I just remember being like, you can tell I was slumpish then because like, but 4 stars is good. I've had a really good month
good.
this month, so that's probably influenced it. What's yours?
Mine right now is 3.9, so pretty close. I think I've also had some good reads in this past
Yeah.
month that bumped it up, and then I had a 5-star or a couple of 5-star or close to 5 stars, and then I just went through a whole list of 4-star reads. So I think it's just been pretty positive this month, which is great. We love that.
That's so good.
Yeah. Okay, what's another fun stat? Most read genres. Let's do that one. Yeah. We think so alike.
Right? That's crazy. We should start a podcast. Mine is obviously fantasy with 26 books, but closely followed by romance with 17 books. I will say, I remember when we did this at the beginning of the year, we were like, huh? Because like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't actually think I've read. I think I've read about like maybe 5 to like 8 actual romance books this year. Like I haven't read very many. But I guess because of the fantasy romance or historical romance or something like that, I'm sure that goes in. What are yours?
Mine are, okay, top is fantasy, 37 books. Second is also romance, 19 books. And then I have lit fic and 17 books, YA, 16 books, and sci-fi, 13 books. Those are my top genres.
Okay. I have, I only said my 2. I have thriller, 12 books, historical fiction, 9 books. Okay.
Ooh.
Young adult, 8 books.
Okay.
Interesting. Need to branch out into my sci-fi more. I'm sure I will by the time I've read more.
All the Red Rising books, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll get you up there.
Authors?
Okay. My top author is Matt Dinniman.
Is who?
Matt Dinniman. Because I read 5 dungeon crawler books. So, like, I guess.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. Number 2 is J.R.R. Tolkien. Because I read Lord of the Rings plus The Hobbit. So 4 books there. And then tied for 3rd place with 3 books each are Brandon Sanderson, Cassandra Clare, Mary E. Pearson, and Pierce Brown.
Okay. That's pretty good. I feel like it's really interesting. I feel like I think I've read a lot more from authors than I have usually. Because I'm like, oh, my top 2 are tied. Fonda Lee, 4 books. Obviously, read the entire Greenbone saga. And then Isiko. And Frida McFadden, 4 books. Because obvious reasons. Read all her releases. And then Brandon Sanderson, 3 books. Cassandra, all the rest are like 2 books each. So Cassandra Clare, Libba Bray, Mary E. Pearson, R.F. Kwong, and Sarah A. Parker.
Nice.
So
love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty all fantasy apart from Frida.
Well, I feel like it'll usually be fantasy because usually the authors that you read more of will be series. So it's like, because non-series authors would come out with maybe like 1 book a year, but with a series you would kind of read those more like in a row.
Yeah, that's so true.
So yeah, I feel like that usually works out that way. Great. Okay, shall we get into mid-year book tags?
Yeah.
Okay. We've tried to make these ones like unique to our normal main channel mid-year book tag videos just so we're not repeating the same tags. So hopefully these ones are a little bit fun. But the first one is book you immediately want to reread. What's yours?
I have 2 answers because, see, this is when I was doing this, I was like, oh, I actually do have trouble, like, facing my emotions. See last week's episode for context of that. But I was like, there are actually so many books I would want to reread, but I'm genuinely terrified to reread because of the emotional impact they had on me. So my scary answer is Us Against You by Frederick Backman. That's my scary answer. But I just feel like as soon as I finished it, I was like, oh, I want to see the like signs beforehand of that. And, you know, I wanted to analyze my characters more. My safe answer is actually Ballad of Falling Dragons, which is surprising because it wasn't a 5-star. But I just think after reading When the Moon Hatched, I'm just like kind of craving Sarah A. Parker's beautiful, flowery writing. And I just really like how she like balances everything, like the plot, the action, the romance. I feel like everything is just balanced so well. And recently it's just been hard to find that. Like I haven't found that very much. It's either too heavy on the romance or the plot is what you always expect or it's just really like slow moving. It's a really slow build up. So yeah, I feel like I'm just craving that, but that's my safe answer.
a less painful one.
Yeah.
Although we're apparently the only people in the world that did not sob crying this book. So
yeah, I know. I was about to say it's probably not a safe answer for a lot of people. Hey,
yeah, like just for us.
Yeah, maybe on the reread I would. I don't know.
Cold-hearted. Okay. Mine was Into the Blue, Emma Brody, very recent read, but I just like, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, it was written so well, and I feel like it is one of those books that if you go back and reread it, you'll just get like more meaning from it because there were so many, as I was saying, kind of these like hidden ways of our characters trying to talk to each other and saying things to each other. So I feel like after reading to the end of the book, after seeing some of the reveals and understanding our characters and how they think and react to things, I feel like going back, because this also spans over quite a few years, like
Yeah.
10 years, 15 years. I don't remember the span anymore, but a long time, a long period of time. So I feel like going back to when they're kind of like in their teenage years and reading that section about them again, I feel like would hit differently. Also knowing how, like, what they grew up to be and like what
Yeah.
things were affecting them at that young age too. It's one that's just so cleverly written that I think you would just get more and more the more you read into it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So immediately, I think I actually did reread certain passages. Like after I finished this one, I immediately like kind of started flipping back. You know when you do that sometimes, you finish a book,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, and then you immediately like, wait, I want to read that part again, and like just read a couple sections again. I did do that with this book, so kind of did
Wow,
that. But yeah,
okay.
I would love a full reread. It was so
Wow.
good.
That says a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I loved it. I also like, I want to do a reread like small chunks at a time, because it was so
Yeah.
much to take in at once that I think it would be nice to have it as a book where you just like read little blurbs every once in a while and kind of
Yeah.
just like spread it out over like months. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. I really want to read this one like really soon. I'm like, maybe I'll get
Yeah.
that in Europe.
Yeah, do
Because
it.
I feel like, yeah. And just make sure I'm in my hotel when I read the last bit
Yes.
after watching your
Yeah.
vlog.
Yeah.
Um,
No public reading for that one.
yeah. All right. New favorite author from this year.
Okay, mine is Sarah Damoff, which I kind of like went through my history because I feel like I read The Bright Year so long ago, but then I read it in
Yeah.
January. So it was this year, which means I discovered her this year and I read 2 books from her. Like, and she has become an auto-buy author. Like, after The Bright Years, I was like, she's incredible. After The Burning Side, I was like, it confirms it. It's like, it wasn't
Yeah.
just a one-hit wonder. It's like, you did it again. So after reading The Burning Side, I'm like, you're auto-buy at this point. So, yeah, I have
And
to
I feel
say
like
her.
she does have a way of writing that really just captures, like, even I know me, and then I know so many other people as well who don't usually read contemporary fiction or lit fic or anything like that. And she captures you, and you just like, you can't stop reading, even though it's not like this really intense book by any means. It's just like you were instantly drawn in by your characters. And you just, I will say, I mean, I think I'll get into it later. I think I put it as an answer, but I got so annoyed at some of those characters, but in like the best way possible. Like
In
in
a
The
good
Bright
way.
Years, I felt so many emotions.
Yeah, but in a good way, where you like, you
Yeah.
you understand and you want to keep reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
incredible. Okay, your favorite author? New author?
I had the same thing. I realized that my first book from Fond du Lit was this year, but obviously
Yeah.
Jade City was at the very beginning of the year. So technically she's new to me, and she's literally like one of my new favorite authors.
Love.
Obviously we love her. Like I still fangirl over the fact that we had her on the podcast.
Yeah.
But there's just her characters. Like I truly, when I was doing like my mid-year book tag and I was coming up with answers, and it was things like, like new favorite author or book that made you cry, or like, book that you wanted more from, blah, blah, blah. They were all just like Fond du Lit. And I was like, I've got to
kept
diversify
fun.
my answers a little bit because this is ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, I think maybe it was last year or the year before in my mid-year book tag, like everything was Frederick Backman because that was the year I read like 5 of his books. So every tag was like, oh, this one by Frederick Backman and then like this one by Frederick. I'm like, I'm being so boring right now. Like I need to think of
know.
something else.
But then your brain's stuck on them. You can't move past them.
And it's like, that's our truth. So it's like, we can't just lie and be like, it wasn't
exactly.
that. Like it was.
It's like, do you prefer I lie?
Yeah, like, do you want interesting content or do you like, and me lying, or do you want honest content? But like, it's all one author.
Yeah.
The realities.
Yeah, so true.
Okay. Next one, most frustrating character. What was yours?
Mine's Natalie from Yesty.
Well, yes. Well, yes.
It was that, or it was like, so the other thing was Ryan I had in my mind from the Bright Years. But I was like, he was frustrating, but in a way that like you understand why. He's like, you know, he's a character that you just feel so many conflicting emotions towards.
Yeah.
Natalie in Yesteryear was just
like straight hateable.
insane. Yeah, and just like, yeah, you'd be reading this and just be like, I hate you. I actually hate you. How am I reading from your perspective right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that was probably an easy answer. But crazy that she was such an annoying protagonist, yet it was such a good, like, or not even annoying. She was just evil. Not evil, she's just mean. Yeah. She just like has no emotional, I don't know, empathy is the word, probably empathy. She has no empathy.
Yeah, like no redeeming qualities. We can't save her. Like we just can't.
Literally.
Yeah.
What was your one?
Mine was Roz from No Matter What. So yeah, this is the Cara Bastone book that was very centered around miscommunication and obviously very frustrating. But again, in a good way where that was the point. And Roz in particular as a character was just like, I just wanted her to stop and listen and like actually listen. That was the biggest thing because she was like preventing preventing communication from being able to happen because she would just kind of like cut it off whenever it was like, oh, you almost said the words to each other, and then she'd be like, oh no, and have a tantrum. So but like again, understandable because of what her character went through, and you'll have to read the book to find out, but very frustrating, but very well done. So again, in a good way, I think, because I almost rated the book 2 stars, but I did rate it 4 stars. So yeah, borderline, frustrating, but like good, I think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know it's always a little bit hard to to decide.
Yeah. I'm like, was this good or am I just mad?
Yeah. Okay, a book that should have been shorter.
Yeah. Number 1, Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson.
Agreed.
Like, great. Some wonderful things happened in that book. Just could have been shorter. Didn't need all of that.
Yeah.
And then in general, I put dungeon crawler books in just because, after the 5th book, I'm like, there are so many cool things happening, genuinely. And I think some of the character work that's happened over the 5 books has been so cool to follow. But it just takes so long to get to those important plot points. And like, we're grinding and leveling up and doing mob fights and boss fights. And I don't want to read that. Like, I just don't. And so that's why I dropped the series. Like, that's my number 1 reason. But yeah, so many cool things happening. If they were just shorter and less lit RPG, I'd love them.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally fair. Totally fair.
Yeah. Okay. How about you?
Obviously agree with Rhythm of War. Loved it. Just that middle chunk was a bit of a push. But also The Diviners by Libba Bray. I just read the 2nd book, loved it. Like, I actually love this series, but they're just they're very long books. They're like 600-700 page books for YA books.
YA, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, I love what's happening, but like I feel like the middle parts definitely could be, maybe not the 2nd one because we had so many point of views, but the 1st one, I do think we could have had a little bit more of a speed up. But honestly, I feel like my problem this year was more books being too short. Like, I feel like that was more my problem when I was going through my mid-year, like I was ranking every book and every time it was lower, I was like, I loved it, I wanted more. I loved it, I wanted more. Like that was kind of my main complaint. So kind of funny.
Yeah, perfect segue into our next tag because books that could have been longer. So yeah, what were yours?
I have so many, but like my top one was Recursion by Blake Crouch. I feel like that was just like action on action on action on action. And I was like, I need time. Woo! I need to get this was overwhelming. Still crazy and it's probably for the point, like the point was
so
for it
great.
to be so like quick and fast paced and everything happening at once and you can't catch a break. I feel like one that just popped into my mind as well was Shield of Sparrows. I don't know if I wanted it to be longer, but I wanted more from it. Like I feel like I wanted more from that world. I feel like that was a really like it could have been a really fun fantasy romance, and I just feel like we were here the whole time. And I was like, we could have gotten deeper.
Maybe just like rearrange things then, like not shorter or longer, but just like a different structure.
Or like, cut out certain bits, but like expand on other bits.
Something
that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense.
What was your one?
Mine was The Last Contract of Isako by Fonda Lee. And yeah, both of us agree on this one. It's like at the end, it's like, no, I want more.
Literally in the best way possible. I feel like that was the best. Like you want some books, you're like, no, it would have been better if there was more. But like, honestly, this was amazing.
It's great just the way it is. The way it was.
Cool world.
Yeah. But it's like, nah. Give me more. Fonda. Fonda, give us more. I love how we like feel like subtly hinted it to her too. Like, so would you write more in this world?
I was just like, I'm amazed that you can put so much like work into creating this entirely new world. Although the way she described it, she was like, oh, this was an easy world because it was so limited to the planet. But to me, I was like, easy. There's so much more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fonda, our best close personal friend, Fonda, please write more. Please. Okay. Next one, a series we want to read by the end of this year. That's a fun one.
I feel like this was actually hard for me because I feel like there's more just series I want to finish by the end of the year, not a lot that I want to like start. And yeah. But I think Daughter of No Worlds, I'm hoping to pick this one up in the next few days actually because it's on my TBR for the month. But I feel like it's just been sitting on my TBR for so long. And like if I start it, read the first two or whatever and I'm like, no, this isn't for me, that's fine. But like hopefully I just read the entire series.
Hopefully.
Because it's just a trilogy and I've heard really, really good things about it. And be back in a fun fantasy romance trilogy, I'm hoping that that's what it gives. I'll be very happy.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. You'll have to update me on that one because, I think both of us are on the search for that feeling. Mine, though, I think I'll probably get mine from this one, but The Last Hours by Cassandra Clare. I mean, like, I loved The Infernal Devices, so I feel like it's kind of a given, hopefully, that I'll love this one, too. And, I do have the first book, Chain of Gold, on my physical TBR, so I'm like ready to pick it up whenever. And then another one also actually is on my July TBR, and it's The Road of Bones by Demi Winters. So I am gonna get to that one. A little bit of a Viking romantasy vibe, and again, I'm just like, I hope it gives me those feelings that I want. And like I've had like so many people have promised that this one will give me those feelings. So fingers crossed. I hope I can do it. And this one, I think it has 3 books out so far, and it's going to be a 4-book series maybe. So like if I love it, there are other books that I can jump straight to. So hopefully I get addicted. Yeah. Hopefully.
Honestly, 2 great answers. I feel like I always get nervous when you read like the series that I'm so in love with, and I'm like, please.
But I already loved the Clockwork series. Yeah. So I'm like, I feel like it's guaranteed.
There's a few tropes in here that are really irritating.
Okay.
But she does that all the time. Like I feel like she just gets the worst tropes and puts them in. Like she loves a love triangle. You know? Sibling, I don't know. She loves your siblings, no you're not kind of vibe. But she always gets the most random anyway. Hopefully you like it. I'm sure you will. It's a fun vibe anyway.
I hope so. Yeah. If anything, it'll be like a good, easy read. Okay. And then our last tag for fun, because we're a podcast, we have character most likely to start a podcast.
Love this. I actually found it harder than I thought because I was like, it takes a very particular person. I ended up going with Hoyd from Way of Kings because he just knows everything. And I was like, that he very much chooses who to share information with, he's very selective about it. But just imagine him like one of those history podcasts, you know, where they just like have that really like calming voice and they just talk about all these like
Like a
epic stories.
storytelling.
And yeah, I just imagine him as one of those people.
That's so fun. But in the voice of Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
Like it's
exactly.
a Hoyd podcast, but it's actually Brandon Sanderson doing
It's literally.
like,
To me, Hoyd is like Brandon Sanderson.
he literally, like every time I read Hoyd, like a Hoyd dialogue, I'm like, I read it in Brandon Sanderson's voice.
Yeah. It's like, oh, author insert. It's like, hi.
It's like, hi. Oh, that's funny. Yeah,
funny.
I would listen. That'd be great.
Yeah.
My choice was Princess Donut by Dungeon Crawler Carl. Because, like,
That
by
makes
Dungeon
sense.
Crawler Carl in Dungeon Crawler Carl. Yeah, I mean, our lovely Princess Donut loves the attention. She loves being in the spotlight. She could talk forever. Like, she would just talk, like, you just set her off, and she'll never stop.
She's like the girly podcasts, you know, the ones that you just like
the chatty ones.
the gossips, the brain dumps, the therapy over a podcast.
Yeah, like talking down on like dogs and everything, just like gossip about everyone. She would like break down. She could do like breakdown episodes of like Gossip Girl, and, like kind of pop culture-y stuff like that.
Literally, yeah. No, that's such a good answer. That makes so much sense in my mind.
Yes, would love. Okay. Those were all of our book tags, but we want to take a second to rank our book club reads so far this year. So we have read 4 book club reads. Well, I guess you're almost done. This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me, but I think you could probably rate it. From
I
where
think
you're
I could.
at.
Yeah.
But we started our book club in March, so we have 4 reads. So in March, we read A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon J. Spann. In April was Shield of Sparrows by Devaney Perry. In May, DCC by Matt Dinneman. And then, in June, This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me. So what's your ranking out of those 4, from worst to best?
From worst to best. Okay, I feel like my best is a little bit hard at the moment, but I think obviously Dungeon Crawler Carl and then Shield of Sparrows. It's probably... I don't know. I don't know how this Kingdom Will Kill Me ends. So it's a little bit of a toss-up, but at the moment, probably This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me and then A Stage Set for Villains. But I do think that could be slightly interchangeable. Like, I'm really enjoying This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me. But it's also kind of giving me the same vibes as Stage Set for Villains in the sense that it's just a really fun book. Like, it's,
you're just whisked away.
Stage Set for Villain. Yeah, it was just a really immersive read. So that's probably my ranking at the moment, but those 2 could be interchangeable, I think. But yeah, what about you?
Love it. This is kind of hard. I have like a bottom 2 and then a top 2. So my bottom 2 are Shield of Sparrows and Dungeon Crawler, and then my top 2 are Stage Set for Villains and This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me. I mean, if I'm gonna go in terms of like ratings, I think Shield of Sparrows is my lowest. I might put it as my lowest because honestly, I keep reevaluating. I'm like, how much did I enjoy the first book? Because like there were moments in it where I laughed, I was enjoying it, I was excited to continue after the first book. I think it's more the second book and the 4th book that started really like, kind of like giving me a grudge against the series as a whole. But like, I think the first book was fun and it was short.
It was.
And it was fast paced. So I think, Shield of Sparrows 4th, Dungeon Crawler Carl 3rd. And then I think I'd have to do This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me 2nd, and then A Stage Set for Villains 1st. But like very close. Loved both of those.
Yeah, it's hard. And again, I feel like they're both very similar. Like obviously Shield of Sparrows was very like kind of, I don't want to say heavy fantasy romance, but like everything was very serious. Whereas I feel like Stage Set for Villains and This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me did have that sense of fun. Like we had those comedic reliefs and everything like that. It was, a little bit easier to get immersed in, whether Shield of Sparrows was kind of a little bit too, it felt like it was trying to be too serious, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I don't like that gritty romantasy that feels forced.
That's a good way.
That I think that's the thing. It was like an easy book to read. Like it wasn't dense or anything, but it was just like everything felt very manufactured for me, especially in terms of the romance. Like very cool world, very cool fantasy world, but the romance was just like, like I feel very burdened by it. So
literally.
Yeah. fun book club read so far. Lots of cool, fun reads to, keep going for the rest of the year. So can't wait to see,
Yeah.
like, we'll do like a whole episode based on book club reads at
That'll
the end
be
of the
fun.
year. Yeah, I think it'll be fun
And
to
to also
reflect
like
on all of them.
reevaluate our thoughts and
Yeah.
stuff as well. That'll be fun.
Yeah. We'll see if this ranking changes by the end
Yeah.
of the year for these 4 so far. And then, our final little thing to just wrap up our mid-year episode is top 3 books that we're both looking forward to read for the rest of the year. This was so hard to decide. I actually picked 4 because I couldn't pick 3. And I want to add more.
I mean, I kind of did too. I also just like agree with one of yours. I also was like, do I include only like new releases? Do I include books that I just want to get to? Like, it was hard. I pretty much did kind of new releases. So rapid fire, mine are Burn of the Everflame by Pencol. I have been waiting for this book but now I'm like, I've kind of forgotten what happened in the 3rd book because that was such a big book. Like I kind of I'm going to have to need a refresher. Like it'll be
Like a
2
little
years
summary.
since I read it. Or 2 years? Yeah, I don't know, something like that.
A long time.
Yeah. It's been a while. Knave and the Moon, Knave and the Moth, Knave and the Moon.
Knave and the Moon. Knave and the Moon.
The Moon. I did the Moth, and then I was like, wait, no, that's wrong. Night and the Moth. That's the second book to it.
Yes.
Rachel Gillig. I mean, do I need to say much more? Love. Night and the Moth. Cannot wait to be back in this world. And then, so The Burning Side comes out now, pretty much. I think it's either today or next Tuesday for us. So I'm really excited to get that. I might even get that over in Europe as well. Don't think I'll be reading it in public, but I think it'll be good to get it over there.
Yes.
So yeah, and then I'll agree with yours when you say it. But yeah, those are kind of my top 3 I think I'm like most excited for, but it was so hard.
It's so hard, especially with the September release books.
Yeah.
There are so many.
So many.
So the 3 that I narrowed it down to, or the 4, because I cheated. I'm a cheater. I'm sorry. Number 1, Taipei Story by R.F. Kuang. We all know this. We definitely all know this. Number 2, Victorious by V.E. Schwab. I can't. It's one of those series, where it's like you read the 2 books and then just have waited so long for the 3rd one to wrap up the series. Victorious is one of those for me. So I'm so excited for this one. I'm currently actually doing audio rereads to kind of like get them back up. Before this one releases in September. So yeah, on that. And then this one is, okay, I'm going to do 5. I'm so sorry. This one isn't on my official list that I wrote down, but Deadbeat, just in the sense of, again, by Leigh Bardugo. So it's the 3rd book and final book in the 9th House series. So again, it's another one where I'm like, I read 2 of the books and then there was just no 3rd one until September. So that's another one. And then The 6th Faction by Veronica Roth, which I
agree.
All of our inner children are screaming.
Yeah. Every reader in the world right now is excited for this.
Yes. Give us alternate reality Divergent. Yes, please.
Yeah.
And then American Hagwon by Min Jin Lee, which is one that, I didn't know it was happening until very recently. And now that I know, I'm like, yes, give it to me. So those are my 3, we'll call it 3. It wasn't 3 books that I'm looking forward to. I can't choose.
No, it's so hard to narrow it down. I have same in mid-year book tag, I had to edit myself out because I was just like, oh, and this one, and this one. And I was like, Freya, stop it. Editing me was like, oh.
No, that's going to be a whole video. I'm making a whole video on books I'm excited to read for the second half. Because I'm like, that's not going to fit in a mid-year book tag.
I was actually going to need you to do that. I was going to ask you to do that, or at least send me your list, because I'm I'm pretty sure there's 1 or 2 that I've missed on my list. So, and yours was a very thorough list. So I was like, I'm going to need that.
I have a long list. Yeah. Enjoy the video. Maybe it's out by the time this episode's out because we're a month in the past. So. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's still to come.
Future Jamie. Yep.
Yeah. All right, you guys, that wraps it up for this mid-year catch-up. Hope you enjoyed this one. It's been fun filming 2 episodes a week in the month of June. We're going to miss each other.
I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will be back next week to, I feel like I'm taking such a big break and I'm actually just being like, I'm going to see, they're going to see me next week. But I'm just like.
Well, we're taking a break, but the podcast isn't.
Yeah, literally. It feels so odd. But yeah, I'll be spamming Jamie with a bunch of photos. Please. And I cannot wait to just rant next week for you guys about everything.
Yes. Yeah. Can't wait to jump back into present day time next week.
Yep. Yeah.
We're doing some time jumps here. Current reads are finally going to make sense again. It's going to be great.
It'll be amazing.
Yeah. Book news is going to come in a timely manner. It's not going to be like a month later.
Literally.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let us know what your favorite books were so far this year at this mid-year point in the year. But yeah, if you guys are still here listening to the end, thanks for listening wherever you are in the world or whatever time zone you're in.
Until next time, stay comfy and keep reading.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on socials for more bookish content.
Bye. See you next week.